Respect over riches. It's a truth that often goes unnoticed in a world that celebrates wealth, luxury, and material possessions as if they are the ultimate markers of value. Money can buy gifts, fancy dinners, cars, and even status, but there is one thing it can never replace: the feeling of being respected. For a woman, respect is not just about politeness or manners, it is about being seen, heard, and valued for who she truly is. Gifts may sparkle for a moment, but respect leaves a lasting glow in her heart that no diamond can match. When a woman is respected, she feels secure in ways that no bank account could ever provide. Respect tells her that her thoughts matter, her choices matter, and her boundaries matter. It means that she is more than an accessory in someone's life, she is an equal. Money may buy her flowers, but respect makes her feel like she is the garden itself, worthy of care, attention, and admiration. When a man gives a woman respect, he is essentially telling her, I see you as more than what the world reduces you to. I honor your worth without trying to buy it. The difference between riches and respect becomes even clearer in relationships. A partner who throws gifts at a woman without truly listening to her, without valuing her emotions, creates emptiness disguised as abundance. On the other hand, a partner who respects her opinions, honors her boundaries, and treats her with dignity creates a wealth that money cannot touch. Respect is a form of emotional currency, and when it is consistently given, it builds a sense of trust and loyalty that outlasts any material possession. Think about it. A luxury car can be parked in a driveway, but it cannot heal the wound of being dismissed when she speaks. A gold necklace can be worn around her neck, but it cannot take away the sting of being belittled in public. Expensive vacations can be posted online, but they cannot erase the pain of being unheard in private. Respect, however, does all of that. It soothes her heart, it strengthens her confidence, it reassures her that she is worthy without conditions. Respect makes her feel valued not for what she looks like or what she provides, but for who she truly is. In fact, respect is the foundation upon which love itself grows. Without respect, love withers into control, manipulation, or dependency. But with respect, love flourishes because it is free, mutual, and nurturing. Respect tells a woman that she does not need to change herself to be worthy, she does not need to earn validation through sacrifice, and she does not need to accept less than what she deserves. It communicates that her voice has weight, her presence has power, and her existence is enough. This is why women treasure respect over riches. Money is fleeting, trends change, fortunes rise and fall, but respect is timeless. It cannot be taken away by market crashes or economic downturns. It is not dependent on possessions or social status. It is given freely, and when it is genuine, it creates a form of wealth that nothing in the material world can compare to. For a woman, respect is not just desirable, it is essential. It is the one thing that makes her feel deeply valued, profoundly understood, and truly rich in ways that money alone could never provide. Emotional security is one of the deepest desires in a woman's heart, and it holds a value far greater than material wealth or financial stability. Money can create comfort, provide safety nets, and open doors to luxuries, but it can never replace the peace that comes from knowing someone's words, actions, and intentions are steady and trustworthy. Emotional security is not about extravagance, it is about consistency. It is the assurance that promises are not empty, that actions align with words, and that love is not conditional on circumstances. When a woman feels emotionally secure, she feels safe to be herself, to open her heart fully, and to build a future without fear of betrayal or abandonment. What makes emotional security so attractive is that it provides a sense of grounding. Financial security can pay the bills, but emotional security pays the soul. A man who says he will be there and actually shows up on time is giving her more than just reliability. He is giving her a reason to trust. A partner who listens when she speaks, not just with his ears but with his presence, is showing her that she matters beyond surface gestures. Emotional security is found in the small but powerful consistencies like keeping one's word, respecting boundaries, and staying steady during moments of chaos. Every woman knows that money can come and go. A job can be lost, investments can fail, and fortunes can vanish, but what truly sustains her through life's uncertainties is the emotional anchor of a partner who does not waver in loyalty, love, and integrity. When his intentions are clear, when his actions prove his character, and when his words align with the truth, she feels a level of safety that money could never buy. It is this consistency that makes her trust not only in him, but also in the future they share together. Emotional security also means she does not have to guess where she stands. Many women suffer in relationships where they are left in confusion, wondering whether the love is real, whether the promises are genuine, or whether the affection will fade when challenges arise. A wealthy lifestyle might mask these insecurities for a time, but eventually, the lack of emotional stability creates cracks that no amount of money can fill. Emotional security removes that uncertainty. It creates a stable foundation where she knows her worth is recognized and her heart is protected. There is also a quiet power in emotional stability. It allows a woman to be vulnerable without fear. Vulnerability is one of the purest forms of connection, but it can only be expressed when she knows it will not be used against her. A partner who provides emotional security gives her the confidence to reveal her true self, her fears, her dreams, and her weaknesses, knowing they will be met with understanding and not judgment. That freedom to be authentic is more liberating than any financial independence. Furthermore, emotional security strengthens her self-worth. When a woman is respected emotionally, she realizes that she does not need to fight for attention or prove her value through appearance, possessions, or achievements. Instead, she is loved and cherished for her essence. This kind of security builds her confidence and allows her to flourish in every aspect of life. It is not just about making her feel safe, it is about empowering her to rise higher, to take risks, and to pursue her purpose with courage. At its core, emotional security is about stability in words, actions, and intentions. It is the knowledge that love is not fleeting, that promises will be kept, and that support will remain even when life becomes uncertain. This form of stability is far more attractive and valuable than financial wealth because while money can provide a comfortable life, emotional security provides a meaningful one. It is the true richness of the heart, the kind that lasts when everything else fades away. Presence, not presents, is what truly fills the heart and nurtures connection. Gifts may shine for a moment, but genuine time and attention create memories that last a lifetime. Expensive things can be admired, but they can never replace the feeling of being truly seen and heard. For a woman, presence is not about grand gestures or costly surprises. It is about undivided attention, eye contact that speaks louder than words, and the comfort of knowing she matters more than the distractions of the world. When someone chooses to be fully present with her, it communicates a level of value that no material possession can match. The beauty of presence lies in its simplicity. A walk together, a late-night conversation, or even shared silence can mean more than luxury dinners or glamorous vacations. Presence tells her, I choose you over everything else right now. It says that in a world full of noise, you are willing to quiet the distractions and focus solely on her. Presence may decorate her life, but presence decorates her soul with connection, understanding, and intimacy. Women remember the moments when they were listened to without interruption, when their feelings were validated, and when someone chose to simply sit with them without needing to fix or change anything. Those moments carry more weight than any diamond or designer bag. The reason presence holds such value is because it fulfills the deepest human need, the need for connection. A woman may enjoy material gifts, but without connection, those gifts lose meaning. Presence provides reassurance that she is not alone, that she is cherished not for what she receives, but for who she is. It shows her that her existence is enough to deserve someone's time and attention. A person who chooses to be present says more with their actions than words ever could, that she is worthy of being prioritized above everything else. Presence also builds trust. When someone consistently shows up, not with expensive things but with consistent attention, it communicates reliability. A woman learns that she can count on them not just for financial support or occasional surprises, but for emotional companionship. This trust becomes the foundation of deeper bonds that no amount of money can buy. A gift may create excitement, but presence creates safety. And safety is what allows love to grow. There is another layer to presence that goes beyond physical availability. True presence is not about being in the same room while distracted by phones, work, or endless thoughts. It is about being mentally and emotionally there. It is about looking into her eyes when she speaks, about hearing the feelings behind the words, about holding her hand not out of obligation, but out of genuine connection. This depth of presence is rare, and that is why it is priceless. Many people can offer presence, but few can offer their whole attention without being pulled away by the noise of modern life. That is why when a woman receives presence, she treasures it far more than material wealth. Presence also has the power to heal. Life can be overwhelming, filled with challenges and struggles that no gift can erase. But the presence of someone who chooses to sit with her in those hard times, to listen without judgment, to share silence when words fail, provides comfort beyond measure. Expensive things might distract from pain for a moment, but genuine presence eases the pain by reminding her that she is not carrying it alone. What presence gives, ultimately, is meaning. Presence may add sparkle, but presence adds depth. A moment of genuine attention becomes a memory she carries for years, long after the gift has lost its shine. It teaches her that she matters not because of what she owns, but because of who she is. And that more than anything money can buy is what every woman secretly longs for. Freedom to be herself is one of the greatest gifts a woman can ever receive, and it carries more value than money, luxury, or material possessions. At her core, every woman desires a space where she can breathe without pretense, where she does not need to filter her thoughts, silence her feelings, or shape herself into someone else's expectation. She loves when she can express her authentic self without the fear of being judged, criticized, or diminished. This freedom is not about defiance or rebellion. It is about belonging, the kind of belonging where she knows she is accepted in her rawest form, not just when she meets certain conditions or plays certain roles. To allow a woman the freedom to be herself is to say, you are enough as you are. It is to recognize that she does not need to fit into society's narrow definitions of perfection. She does not need to always be polished, composed, or agreeable. She is allowed to be loud when she feels passionate, quiet when she feels reflective, messy when she is overwhelmed, and radiant when she feels joy. This kind of freedom is liberating because it tells her she does not have to wear a mask to be loved or respected. Money can buy her comfort, but the freedom to be herself gives her dignity, and dignity is priceless. When she has this freedom, her energy shifts. She no longer wastes time pretending to be someone she is not. She no longer carries the heavy burden of pleasing everyone at the cost of her own identity. Instead, she flourishes. She explores her creativity, her dreams, her ambitions, and her deepest truths. Her voice becomes stronger, her choices become bolder, and her presence becomes more magnetic. This is because authenticity has a power that no external wealth can match. The freedom to be herself gives her the courage to stand tall in a world that often tells women to shrink. Without this freedom, she feels caged. She may still live in beautiful homes, wear expensive clothes, and enjoy material luxuries, but inside she carries the weight of suppression. She feels unseen when she cannot share her true thoughts, unappreciated when she has to silence her opinions, and unloved when acceptance depends on how well she conforms. That is why women treasure freedom over riches, because a cage made of gold is still a cage, but freedom, even in simplicity, is a treasure that enriches her soul. This freedom also nurtures intimacy. When she is allowed to be herself, her relationships deepen. She no longer fears being misunderstood or rejected, so she opens her heart with vulnerability and trust. She expresses her needs without shame, her emotions without fear, and her desires without hesitation. This kind of openness creates a bond that material wealth cannot buy. It turns relationships into sanctuaries where both partners can grow, where mistakes can be forgiven, and where authenticity becomes the foundation of love. The freedom to be herself is also tied to respect. It means her voice carries weight, her individuality is honored, and her uniqueness is celebrated. Instead of being forced into comparisons or ideals, she is appreciated for her own path, her own pace, and her own perspective. This respect allows her to rise into her highest self, knowing she does not need to hide her light in order to be accepted. The greatest beauty of a woman is not in how well she conforms, but in how fearlessly she expresses who she truly is. At its essence, the freedom to be herself is the space where she feels safe, valued, and alive. It is the permission to laugh loudly, cry openly, dream boldly, and exist fully without apology. It is the assurance that she does not need to trade authenticity for acceptance, and that who she is, in her most unfiltered form, is more than enough. This freedom is a wealth that outshines any possession because it nourishes not just her life, but her spirit. Purpose-driven connection is the kind of bond that transcends material wealth and touches the deepest core of human longing. It is the connection that is not built on temporary attraction, social status, or financial advantage, but on shared values, dreams, and the desire to grow together. For a woman, this kind of bond carries more weight than wealth because it offers meaning, direction, and fulfillment. While money can create comfort, it cannot create purpose. Wealth can buy opportunities, but it cannot build alignment of vision. What truly nourishes her soul is the feeling of walking side by side with someone who understands her values, respects her journey, and dreams with her toward a greater future. Shared values are the foundation of this kind of connection. When two people believe in the same principles, whether it is honesty, family, compassion, or growth, they create a bond that no material possession can break. Money may come and go, but values remain steady. A woman finds security and inspiration in knowing that the person beside her honors the same truths she lives by. It gives her the confidence that they are not just living for themselves, but for something greater together. Values create direction, and without them, even the wealthiest life feels empty and aimless. Dreams are the second pillar of a purpose-driven connection. Dreams give life momentum, something to look forward to, something to strive toward. A woman treasures a bond where her dreams are not dismissed but encouraged, where her ambitions are not seen as threats but as strengths. When two people dream together, they become co-creators of a future that excites them both. Money may provide resources to chase those dreams, but without shared vision, those resources lack meaning. A partnership rooted in dreams becomes more than companionship. It becomes a collaboration of souls striving toward fulfillment. Growth is what keeps this connection alive. Purpose-driven bonds do not remain stagnant, they evolve. They challenge both individuals to rise higher, to learn, and to transform. For a woman, this is more precious than material comfort because it keeps her spirit alive. She wants to know that the person beside her will not only celebrate her victories, but also push her to grow beyond her limits. Growth together means that even when challenges arise, the bond becomes stronger rather than weaker. Money can create a lifestyle, but growth creates a legacy. A purpose-driven connection also provides resilience. Life is unpredictable, and wealth alone cannot shield anyone from hardship, loss, or uncertainty. But when two people share purpose, they are able to endure storms together because they are anchored by something greater than circumstance. This resilience is priceless. It tells a woman that she is not walking alone, that no matter what comes, there is alignment, direction, and shared strength to keep moving forward. This kind of bond is also deeply fulfilling because it transforms love into partnership. It is not about possession or dependency, but about building something meaningful together. A woman thrives in a relationship where both individuals see each other not just as lovers, but as allies, teammates, and visionaries. This partnership adds depth to love, turning it into a force that not only sustains them, but also impacts the world around them. Ultimately, purpose-driven connection is what gives life its true richness. It is the bond that reminds her that love is not just about romance, but about building, growing, and contributing together. Wealth can create temporary happiness, but purpose-driven connection creates lasting fulfillment. It is what turns ordinary relationships into extraordinary ones, and it is why women treasure it more deeply than riches. It is not just about being together, but about moving forward, hand in hand, guided by values, fueled by dreams, and strengthened by growth.